Hello, I'm back tuning into today's video, doing my weekend forecast today, having a detailed look at the weather the next 7 days across the British Isles. Going to be a cool and unsettled week coming up, so have showers along with spells of rain, and temperatures are going to be really on the disappointing side also, so not a great week for the middle of summer by any means. Now, yesterday was the coolest and wettest July day for quite a long time across southern and southeastern parts of the country. We may not see anything quite as bad as that in the coming weeks, certainly in terms of the rainfall and the temperature, but overall very disappointing, and a bit of a question mark around Wednesday. That could be a very wet day again down in the south, and pretty cool too. Just depends on where the low pressure goes, though, and that's quite uncertain at this stage. So have a look at the charts in a moment, but before I get on with that, just to say about the ads, there's links to articles on all the pages at Gasworks. You have browser widgets and click through the articles. You'll be helping to pay for the website. There's also video ads on most of the pages. They open up in the content, then they close back up again. All these things are helping to pay for Gasworks.com, so thanks very much for doing that. So just starting off with a radar picture from the Weather Outlook. You can find the link to the Weather Outlook on the links page. There's the last of yesterday's rain. It's clearing off into the North Sea now, leaving the East Anglian coast. A few showers left across England and Wales, but heavy showers across Scotland and coming down into northeastern parts of England. Here's today's Stockton pressure chart from westcentral.de, by link to West Central on the links page. So there's yesterday's area of low pressure. It's a very deep area of low pressure now across Denmark. Tomorrow's low pressure is waiting in the Atlantic, but we've got this very briefest of transient ridges across the country today. So we'll have further showers in the north and northeast, of course, this afternoon. Some of those could be a little bit on the heavy and thundery side through parts of Scotland and northeast England. Then showers could break out almost anywhere really this afternoon, but there'll be a lot of dry weather down across England and Wales with sunny spells. It certainly feels warmer than yesterday, even though temperatures are a bit below average still. So in the south we'll be up to around maybe 19 or 20. 20 is around 68 Fahrenheit. In the north, probably just into the mid-teens Celsius at best, or around 15 Celsius, 59 Fahrenheit. But certainly in the south it does feel a little bit more like summer compared to those very, very cool temperatures that we had yesterday. Now, overnight, we're going to find this area of low pressure developing out to west of us and spreading weather fronts in off the Atlantic, but we're actually under a little transient ridge through much of the night, so it will turn clear tonight across most parts of the country, clear skies, and temperatures will get unusually chilly really for the time of year. We're not talking about ground frost, but certainly going down into single digits, temperatures 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees, quite widely across many parts of the country. So yeah, we'll feel a bit on the autumnal side, I think, through the course of tonight. But then by the end of the night, it'll turn wet and windy across Ireland and southwestern England, and some of that rain will be very heavy indeed. So Sunday looks a very poor day. This area of low pressure moving in off the Atlantic, unusually deep area of low pressure for the middle of summer, 990 millibars. That's very, very deep for the time of year, and active weather fronts being pushed eastwards across the country ahead of that low pressure. So the east may start off with sunny spells, but don't be fooled by that. It'll quickly go downhill from the west with a band of wet and windy weather sweeping across all parts of the country. Some of the rain will be very heavy up in the north and west, not as heavy in the south-southeast, but even so, there will be a spell of persistent rain coming through the Midlands into East Anglia and southeast England. And then eventually it'll clear to brighter skies and showers through Ireland, Wales, southwest England, those sorts of areas. Temperatures are going to be very, very cool under that persistent band of rain, just 13 or 14 degrees at best probably. So again, feeling more like October than July. It will turn a little bit milder as the rain clears and the sun comes out in the west, probably lifting temperatures to around 17 or 18 degrees, still below average, but it'll certainly turn a bit less cold, if you like, in the west, but really a cool, cloudy, wet day for many parts of the country on Sunday. Moving through into Monday, we've got an area of low pressure right over top of the country. So it's going to be, again, a very showery day. We'll lose that persistent rain overnight, Sunday into Monday. But Monday will be a case of showers or longer spells of rain almost anywhere. Under the centre of this area of low pressure across northern England, winds are going to be very light. So expect prolonged bursts of rain there because there's no wind push anything through. Further north and the south of the country, the showers will be coming through more quickly because we've got more breeze there to blow things through. But overall, a pretty damp day on Monday. Temperatures in the best of the sunny spells will probably reach 19 or 20, but under persistent rain, and that's most likely through northern England, temperatures just into the mid-teens Celsius, so feeling very cool once again. Tuesday is a slightly better day across the country. We lose that area of low pressure out to the east, and we've got this area of low pressure lurking down to the southwest, but Tuesday perhaps similar to today in some ways, with a very brief transient ridge across the country. So we'll still be risk of showers in the north and the east, but many parts probably having a drier day on Tuesday. Temperatures, well, still on the disappointing side, but could reach 21 somewhere around London. That's 70 Fahrenheit. Now, this area of low pressure is interesting. Quite where this is going is uncertain. It may move through across France overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, take some very wet weather through France, but this particular run of the GFS actually wants to bring this low pressure through England and Wales, so it'll be very similar if this comes off to what we had on Friday. Maybe not quite as bad, but even so, a band of heavy rain coming up across England and Wales through the course of Tuesday night and into Wednesday, maybe giving up to 20 millimetres in some places of the south. Further north, sunshine and showers through Scotland and Northern Ireland. I have to emphasise, however, there is uncertainty with this low pressure, so it could be down across France and miss us altogether. I'll be keeping you updated on this one. Temperatures under persistent rain going to be very cool at just 15 or 16 Celsius, otherwise around 19 or 20, still below average. We go through to the latter stages of the week in this sort of showery northwesterly flow through both Thursday and Friday, really. So there'll be both similar days, I think, Thursday and Friday, which is sunshine and showers. Most of the showers probably in the north. I doubt there'll be all that much in way of rain down in the south-southeast, but some showers can't be ruled out. Temperatures eventually struggling up to around 21 or 22 in the south-southeast, so that's around 70 to 72 Fahrenheit, but the nights could still be a little bit on the chilly side. And then question marks as we're going into next weekend. Very deep area of low pressure developing here to the west of us. Quite what's going on with that, I'm not sure. That is a very intense storm system getting going. I'm not sure what the central pressure of that low pressure is, but I think it's going down towards around 980 millibars, and that's sort of the kind of low pressures you tend to get in late autumn and winter, really, in the Atlantic. So very unusually deep area of low pressure there. I'm not sure if it has some tropical remains within it. It may do, but the upshot is we could have another bout of very wet and windy weather next weekend, but I think we're going to have to wait and see on that a little bit longer. But it still is indicating at the very least that the pattern is going to be staying really quite mixed into next weekend. So here's the charts from the Weather Outlook, just so you see weather in your area. A lot of dry weather across the south today. The showers will be mostly in the north, although a shower can't be ruled out almost anywhere. As we go through into Sunday, a really nasty day, wet and windy weather spreading across the country. Eventually, things will turn more showery out to west with a few sunny spells going through, but generally a bit of a write-off of a day for many parts of the country tomorrow, to be honest. As we move through into Monday, well, it's a case of showers or longer spells of rain, really, across many parts of the country, particularly prolonged bursts of rain through northern England, where we'll have light winds under the centre of the low pressure, otherwise very showery conditions. Tuesday may be a slightly better day. Still some showers in the north particularly, but I think there'll be more and more dry weather on Tuesday. Then we have a lot of uncertainty as we're going through into Wednesday. There's a risk of some very wet weather down in the south through the course of Wednesday morning, but quite how far north that's going, got to wait and see. And then going through to Thursday and indeed Friday as well, it's a case of sunshine and showers. Many of the showers will be in the north and probably not too many down in the south. Watch out for another bout of wet and windy weather potentially next weekend. That's to be determined. So in summary, it's a very unsettled week coming up. Not the sort of week you want if you're going on holiday or you've got any events planned. There are going to be bouts of rain coming through, and there'll also be a lot of showers as well. Temperatures are going to be really disappointing. So summer 2015 has definitely taken a turn for the worse. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.